Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Rescued Reviews. You know me, I'm Nick. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We have Mr. Lethal down there, and the lady waving right there, Kelly. So, without any further ado, let's jump into our buffets.
Okay.
Go ahead, babe. You can go first this time.
Oh, I always go first.
Okay, fine then. Go ahead, babe. Lethal, you can go first.
Okay, sweetie.
So pretty with that hat on.
I feel like the old farmer from the movie Babe.
Actually, I was thinking more of, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Wow.
Thanks.
Where's your cardigan?
Oh, my cardigan. I don't have one.
I think you just called him old.
Yeah, I think that too. Hey, I'll have to shave it all off again.
Hey, there's
will.
nothing wrong with gray. I mean,
You had to shave off.
Only.
No, you went to a mohawk to shave off your gray.
I did. See, Lethal?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right, so what am I vaping on tonight? Well, we got a few different things. First, we got the clutch with the STNG mouth-to-lung RDA on top there. In that, we've got some 18 milligram strength Pastelillos de Guayaba, the guava flaky pastry from Sabores del Encanto. This is the MTL version.
That was amazing.
Oh, I love it. I love the guava. That's like my kryptonite. It is. I love it. That and the cafe con leche.
Yes.
Delicious. It is Wednesday, so we've got that Warlock hammer going on, dual 21700 with the Apocalypse Gen 2 and blue drip tip on top there. In that, we've got some Moloto vape, vanilla almond tobacco. We've also got, where did I put it? I moved it. It's over here because the battery. That's why. That's why.
Shit.
That is the Suicide Mod Stone Edition Hammer of God V3 with the 41 millimeter Titan RDTA from Steam Crave, and it is a banging setup. It
That is a monster.
Capacity on that tank.
30 milliliters.
Tell me that it only puts out the tiniest cloud, because that would make me happy.
No, I can't say that.
That's all it is.
I can't say that.
That would make me giggle immensely because I could, walk around with this big giant mod and puts out this little tiny pod poof.
Yep, that's true overcompensation right there.
You take a rip on it. Show us. Let's see
I
that
can't.
baby
The
in
batteries are
action.
charging.
Oh.
Batteries are charging. Once they're charged, I'll gladly. I have not put that thing down. Oh man, they're going to be on there a while. But next up, we've got the Jab 4 from Immortal Mods. Rocking that tonight. In that, we've got some Rochford Project Kooky. And finally, we've got the smoked out acrylic version of the Saga.
Nice.
With the Death Trap 2 RDA from Death Wish Mods sitting on top there. And in that, we've got some Matahari from Cloak and Vapor, which is a peach gummy rings.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And that's what I've got. So somebody take it away.
Okay. I only have 2 setups because, well, I like them, and that's all I really need. So... I've got my Purple Siege with the Epoch 25, and I got lethal coils in here.
Ooh.
My favorite lethal coils, and I got Vulcan on that because, why not? He's a good boy. And then I got my Bandbucks with Epoch 25, and I've got British Eyes Only coils in here. And, of course, I've got my Good Boy Vengeance on there. So, that's all I got. It's real exciting.
That's what she got.
So
I love that purple mod though.
right. Which one? The Siege?
Yes. With
the hit on that is absolutely fantastic.
And it's a nice, dainty size. You know, I wear a size small and food service gloves.
For lack of a better term, that's very cute.
It's perfect. It's perfect for, you know, people who want to have like a little stealth mech.
Yeah.
You know.
It's perfect for almost all the women that would get one, just because of their hands being smaller than a guy's.
And it's side fire, so it doesn't really matter what finger you use. You know.
Well, for me, I have my good old Ben box with Ben on front, on top Apocalypse 25, and inside of there, like always, Nico.
I still think it's weird that you don't vape Ben in there.
I know.
It's a Ben box.
It is.
With his face on it.
It is. And it's a glorious, glorious face that I look at all day long.
And then you're like, and I'm vaping Nico. It's like, what? Okay.
Well, I have a blue Ben box coming in, so maybe I'll put Benthol in there for you just to make you happy.
I think that would make more sense.
I need a blue Ben box to go with all of my other blue mods.
You know
It's
what?
beautiful.
The blue matches perfectly with that too.
Really?
Yeah,
it's like
that
Pepsi
deep.
blue.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
I need to get a blue Ben box. It's that simple.
then I'm also vaping on my Vaporesso, and inside the Vaporesso, I still have the Divine by Vicious Vixens, and of course a Falcon on top. And where did he go? And then I have my Bang with the Axial Pro, and inside of here I have lethal coils. Inside of the Ben box I have some of the British Eyes Only. But inside of here I have Straight Flames.
Oh, I haven't seen you vape that in a while.
Right? I just figured, what the hell? Why not? And then my last setup, good old 6.7
Very
with
nice.
a custom paint job and an Apocalypse 25 on there. And then inside of there, just because I figured, why not? Vengeance.
Vengeance.
I'm not. So, I mean, everybody knows that I'm not the biggest fan of Vengeance because of the caramel. But I'm giving it another chance because
Caramel.
he lost his balls, so why not?
He did. He got
You know.
fixed.
Got to give something back to him.
Exactly.
Throw him a bone.
It looks so weird. It looks like he's got like this roast beef hanging between his legs. It's weird.
It's just
Ugh.
pure vagina now.
Pure-
It's like a little sack and just.
I was going to make a comment, but I didn't think it was going to be PC, so.
We don't care.
Go for it. Just go for it. Let it rip, Lethal.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of my exes. I'm familiar with that image that you've painted in my head now.
It's weird because it's striped just like his fur. So that, you know. There you go.
Oh, man.
Striped roast beef hanging between my dog's legs.
Oh, Jesus, beef curtains.
Poor dog, poor exes. I don't know who I feel worse for.
Oh.
Oh, I'd say the dog. I feel worse for the dog.
True. See, when he got his surgery, I told Kelly right before he went to take his surgery, like a day or two before, you know those Benway balls? The ones that you can turn in your hands and they make music? Or they just make a sound? I was like, we should put those inside of there. I mean, he's losing his balls. We'll always know where he is. And then somebody, I think it was Kelly, that said, we should put little bells inside of there. I mean, I'm down for that. I mean, he'll still feel like he has something there.
And we'll always know where he is.
Right. Just listen for the jingle.
So there you have it.
Man.
That's about our dog's balls.
Yep.
And it's always interesting when you come on Rescue. You can talk about vapes, you can talk about dogs, talk about dogs' balls, exes, vaginas. I mean,
Ex's vaginas.
you never know. The subjects
Anything
go
could
everywhere.
happen.
Anything can happen. You never know.
Alrighty, so why don't we go ahead and jump into the critter corner. Miss Kelly has a tip of the week, and then after that, we can show you puppies.
Lots of puppies. Okay, so my tip of the week has to do with the fireworks coming up. With 4th of July coming, it's extremely important that your dog is inside in a safe area. So if your dog doesn't have a reason to go outside after dusk, don't put it outside. If you have to clean them up, I'm sorry, but 10 million animals are lost every year, and 30% of that, so that's 3 million dogs, are lost on 4th of July. It's the biggest day for animals to come up missing. So my advice to you is, when you keep your dog inside, do something very simple. Put them in a bedroom and turn on the TV. It'll help drown out any noise, and it'll help keep them calm. If you can't be there with them to help calm them down, give them something to help muffle some sound. So shut the windows, shut the doors, make sure everything's locked, and turn on the TV.
To focus on.
Yeah. And like I said, it helps muffle out some noises. They're still going to hear it. They're still going to be stressed out. And if your dog is seriously anxious about it, try getting like a sweater, or not a sweater because it's hot, but like a t-shirt. Sometimes if you put a t-shirt on them, that'll help them calm down, and then gives them a sense of security. So
It's like they're getting a hug.
obviously CBD is a wonderful thing, but you could only do so much CBD. So t-shirts, TVs, locked in a room, your dog will be safe and make it to the next day. And if your dog does happen to get out, make sure that your tags are up to date. Now's your chance to do that. So please get in with your Humane Societies, make sure your tags are up to date. You have a recent picture of your dog. And if you can get them microchipped, do that as well, because sometimes when they get loose, they lose their collars. So there's that.
Alrighty, ready to see some beautiful puppies and kitties?
Let's see some puppos.
Of course.
Oh,
Puppies.
that first picture is awesome. Tongue hanging all the way out.
So this shelter is located in Massachusetts. They have saved 140,000 dogs since they were established in 1976.
Wow.
They have had, in the last year, they've had 5,000 admittance into the Humane Society. So that's 5,500 admits, and then 5,400 transfers, meaning gone home. They've had 9 returned to owners, and they've had 0 euthanized. So they have not had to put down a dog for any reason whatsoever. So this is one of the true no-kill shelters. They keep the animal as long as possible. The information for the shelter is in the description. It's called the Northeast Animal Shelter. And all the animals that you're seeing on your screen are available for adoption right now. They range in age from 2 years to 11 years, or 2 months to 11 years old. So all you have to do is reach out to them and tell them that you saw a puppy on our show and you're interested in learning more about it. Or you can go to their Facebook or website. And again, the website is linked to their Facebook. And all of that stuff is in the description, so you should be able to find them pretty easily. But they are truly an amazing organization to save that many animals. So there's a lot of them. There's 21 in there right now that we have pictures of.
There's a lot of good shelters around here, but that's probably the best.
Yeah. And I mean, to know that, I mean, they actually, on their website, they actually have statistics of the exact number. It's not a guess. It's not, I mean, the number I gave you was rounded.
Right.
You know, so like to say that they have 5,589 that have been brought into the shelter, and they had 9 that returned. Like, a lot of shelters don't go into that detail. That one looks like Thai. So,
A couple that have.
yeah.
Ooh.
So I love the fact that they're that dedicated to keeping the records. So yay.
I love these pictures.
And I mean, they're an amazing company to work with. I mean, the lady I talked to on the phone was really, really sweet. So, and like I said, they have a couple of them. I believe there's like a litter of like 4 or 5 that are 2 months old, and they look like they're Jack Russell mixes.
Yeah.
Like that one right there.
Yeah, and they are just the sweetest looking thing.
Oh my God, that pit.
The one with the tongue curled?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cute. She looks like Kiki. I used to walk a dog. I used to donate my time to an ASPCA shelter here in Massachusetts. And I used to go and spend time with the dogs and take them for walks and let them play a little bit outside. And, Kiki was my favorite. She was a nice pit, just like that.
And this shelter is always looking for volunteers. So if you're in the area and you want to do something to help make yourself feel a little bit better, you can go in and volunteer your time to, spend time with animals. It helps socialize them so that way they don't feel so stressed out. And it makes their stay a little bit more pleasant.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
There's puppy stuff.
Socialization, too. And socialization for animals, especially for rescue dogs, is important.
It's extremely important.
a lot of people don't realize that. They just think that everything will be fine. They don't understand the work that needs to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, someone go take those puppies home.
That's right.
I will make that drive and Nick will yell at me.
You won't make that drive. I'll have to make that drive.
That look on Nick's face is like, what?
She won't make the drive. Nick will make the drive.
I'll cry until Nick makes the drive.
So I guess I'll see you soon then, Nick.
I mean, I don't think we have anything going on this weekend.
Hey, neither do we.
Might get a knock at your door.
Hell yeah, anytime.
Help me. Kelly's making us go get more dogs.
Let's go fishing.
Okay. You know I've never been fishing.
Really?
Yep.
I've been fishing more this year than I've ever been.
Nick has never gone.
Fishing or hunting or any of that.
Wow.
John says if we make that drive, we have to stop by. I suppose.
I don't like John.
It sounds like Rescued Reviews is going on tour.
Live from
When we
somewhere.
would go to conventions,
Live from somewhere.
we went to the convention in Pennsylvania. It was the Central PA Vape Expo.
Yeah.
Took Velez with us because it was only like 3.5 hours away from our house. And Velez had the time of his life. He had his security jacket on and he was walking around, sniffing everyone. And everyone was real excited to see him. But by halfway through the second day, he was done with everyone's shit. Like, he was like, no. Like, people come over to pet him and he'd bark at them. I'm like, just yesterday you were cool with them. And he's like, he was just done. He did not want to do anything with anyone.
Yeah. Well, why don't we go
Advocate
ahead.
for Liberty wants us to do a fish off.
I say y'all do it. See who catches the biggest and baddest.
What? You want to come say
Wait,
hi?
is it just about quality or is quantity count too?
No, leave him alone.
We'll go with both.
Okay. Because I can do both. I can do quantity. Quality, I'm still getting there.
Alex. Trouser trout.
Oh, jeez.
There's Velez in his fancy new Hawaiian shirt. Looking like a sexy little man.
I love the Les.
He's got to pick up some ladies before his balls come off.
Yup. They come off middle to end of this month. Or July.
End of July.
Oh, wow.
So that means
More
And
puppy
10.
vagina.
there might be another no ball sale.
But for him, we'd have to use like really small marbles or something.
Yeah.
Put jingle
Dude.
bells in there.
You know those actual dangle clack things? Just cut the balls off of them.
They might work. They might. All right.
All right, let's just jump into advocacy.
Let's talk some advocacy.
Boy.
Woohoo. So, I'm sure everyone's heard about what's going on in Australia.
Which is complete bullshit.
So, yeah, make sure you find our Instagram page, and I've tagged the people that are doing this petition, especially if you're in Australia or if you know someone in Australia. Find our Instagram page, go to that post, which is the most recent post, and do the petition. Sign up the petition. You can, look up all the information you need. Make sure you're tweeting at Greg Hunt and tell him stop being a Cuomo and, save vaping.
Stop being a Cuomo. That sounds like it's got two different meanings there.
Right. It sounds real dirty if you didn't know about the vaping side of it.
Well, I'm just saying, stop being a Cuomo. And then also in Louisiana, I don't know if anyone heard about this, but there's a thing going on in Louisiana where they are trying to ban hemp products, including CBD, unless you have a medical card. So that means you can get a $300 to $5,000 fine if you have a CBD product and no medical card. That's
ridiculous.
Yeah. So
absolutely absurd.
And I may have read it wrong. Please correct me if I read it wrong, but they were saying, and they only want the medical stuff to be smokable.
So basically flour only.
Yeah. Pre-rolled flour at that.
Oh.
So that's their way of trying to say you have to get this permit, which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you're in Louisiana, get on that. Try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Make sure you vote.
Let us know. Let us know how it's going.
I'll do my best to keep my eye out.
Thankfully, Massachusetts ain't like that when it comes to THC and CBD.
Yet. We've just legalized everything.
That's good.
Light Bear says, someone uninstalled 2020 and has a virus. Yes. I don't know that anyone's tried kicking it or restarting it or putting it in a bag of rice.
All control delete always works.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Have you tried turning it on?
There's something seriously going wrong.
It's just full of ID10T errors.
2020 red ring of death. I know that. That little euphemism there.
Yeah. Well, there's supposedly this man who's from 2028, which I'm like, if you're a time traveler, why would you go back 8 years? But whatever. And he's trying to say that this is the downfall of man, that in the next year, the whole world, is like 90% of the population is going to die off. And then I think he said January 12th or 21st is going to be like a big important date. And I'm like, well, tell me what this means, because what is supposed to happen that day so I can prepare for it.
Right.
Exactly.
I've heard people say, well, we should just, completely wipe out everything and start over, go back to caveman days. And I'm like, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to die if we go back to that.
Yeah. But can you think how nice that would be? Can you think how nice it would be not having to worry about money, currency, grow your food, hunt your own food, build your own stuff?
I can do that.
Me and Kelly.
We get a lot of we do a lot of that anyways where we live. Like we do chopping our own firewood. We've got a fireplace in our living room so we can heat the house if we need to. That way, cooking over, coals. I can do all that. I can fish, so I can get our food.
I'm fucked on fish.
I know how to fish.
Oh, he says.
Why haven't you taken me yet? What the fuck?
Because you don't want to.
You don't like fishing?
I don't mind it. I just don't want to.
That's fucked up.
I mean, I don't want to.
My daughter didn't want to. Then I took her fishing and she caught a fish and now she's all about it.
I mean, I used to take my kids fishing when they were little, and now they're teenagers and they're not into it. So
No.
I don't care anymore.
Huh. I mean, life would be so easy.
What if we went back to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think how much drama would literally end.
Like I said, a lot of the population would simply just die because I love my kids, but I don't know if they would survive without a phone.
They wouldn't know what to do with their hands. They'd just be staring at it like, there used to be something here.
The network would go down and they'd be like, how do we start a fire? Let's YouTube it. Oh, shit.
We just stacked stuff together and it happens, right?
No.
It could end up real crazy. So I don't know who the guy is, but 2028 man is what he goes by, and he's supposedly a time traveler. Again, I don't know. If I could time travel, I wouldn't go back 8 years. Like
that sounds like a whole lot of tinfoil hat right there.
Like I think I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go back maybe 100 years.
If I could time travel, I'd go back and get the winning lottery ticket numbers, just to be safe.
Yeah, but I don't think it works that way yet. You're not allowed to pick lottery numbers.
Well, no, that's when you just Google it and then you go back in time.
That doesn't make sense. I just got a message from you, Lethal, asking for a password. So.
Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah. Yeah, because I was trying to get in and it was asking me for a password. Then I realized it was in the link that you sent me.
Yeah, my phone is just now alerting me that you need the password. Yeah.
Oh, there's a slight delay. Just a little one.
Yeah, minuscule.
No, I was like that for a while. Similar train of thought that, like, when it comes to politics and the government and everything, that, you know, it would be the best idea to just burn it down and rebuild it. But then, you know, some common sense was talked into me a little bit, and I thought about it, and the only thing that's going to do without a government here is open ourselves up to being taken over from other countries.
Yeah.
True.
You know, some other country could come over and claim the United States without a government easily.
Yeah, but if the whole world went back.
Yeah. If the whole world went back, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I miss the days of sending my kid to school with textbooks, you know, and they don't do that anymore. Everything's all electronic. So it's not even like they're just attached to these devices for entertainment purposes anymore. This is required by, you know, educational facilities and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're really super reliant on these electronic and technology. So it's,
with all the craziness going on in the world right now, like there no one has even mentioned the fact that they discovered oceans underneath, like 500 miles down. They discovered oceans under, like, in that part of the earth, like actual oceans where things could live. So there's, didn't I say it, like 3 times as much water?
Yeah, 3 times as much water down there that there is on the surface of the earth.
holy shit.
Right?
So, like, who knows what's down there? And that hasn't even been discussed yet because everyone's so worried about this coronavirus, and, like, we could be living on top of an alien civilization right now and not even know.
Think of all
They could be
the
walking
fish
on
there.
us.
You don't know. You just don't know.
They could be walking, like,
They wouldn't really be walking, they'd be swimming among us.
hello, mermaids.
Floating on a boat or something.
They could,
I guess mermaids.
okay, yes.
Okay, yes.
I mean, if they're aliens, they've got to have advanced technology, right?
Yeah.
So
I
not
personally-
always.
I believe that if aliens had the technology to span millions of light years, they wouldn't come to our planet.
If they were smart aliens.
Yeah, they'd see us from afar and go, that's the
We're not
West
gonna
Virginia of the universe. Let's not go there.
We're not going to do this.
Yeah. Like, they're weird. They still drive on the ground. You know.
That's funny.
So now that I've got my tinfoil hat out for a little bit.
Right.
Oh, but it's funny that you've found somebody that crazy, because I've heard stories from other people who are rather religious and that they view this as the beginning of the end. This is like
Revelation.
this is just the beginning of it, and it's just going to get worse, and then everybody's going to die, and there's going to be Judgment Day, and it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, fact is everyone will die at some point, except for me because I'm immortal. Just saying. I'm really 500 years old.
Damn, Nick.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Good.
She's really robbing the cradle with you then.
That was way too easy to make comments. I'm gonna be.
I know. Look at my gray hair. Look at this gray hair. I got some corona hair going. It's not good.
You should really dye it.
I should, but my hairdresser has been busy.
My bad. Sorry.
Nick does my hair, in case you didn't know. It's easier.
Man.
It's not. It's not.
Alex says I've gone loco tonight. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just a mermaid.
I would not want a T-Rex or a saber-tooth as a pet. No.
I would.
I mean, I could live with.
I think
I could live with
Jurassic Park taught us that these things can't be domesticated.
No.
True.
But that's where you just look out your window and be like, that's a good boy over there. And you just don't go near it. You just stay the fuck away. I mean, especially from the, what was it, the Velociraptors? Those
Yes.
things.
And
The
yes,
whole tap, tap, tap.
Yo.
No.
yes, Mr. Clown, KV TV, Immortal is a vapor manufacturer. They make the seeds.
And the Jab 4.
And the Jab 4. And the Bang.
I was looking
But
for
you
my
can't
bag.
really
I couldn't
see
figure out
that.
where I put it.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Yeah. See, and Tim has a point, not domesticated, just befriended. I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
I would befriend a dinosaur.
Yeah, keep it way the fuck over there.
I'm okay with that. I would do that. And it's real easy. You just throw hunks of meat at it.
Ooh,
Either that, or you just say,
hey.
hey, to the neighbor you don't like, come over here real fast. Let's go over and say hi to my friend.
Los Vapors Boricuas and
Hello.
Nice. I haven't seen him and talked to him in a while.
her.
Her.
Her. Oh, my bad.
He doesn't do the social media thing. I apologize.
Words.
I'm the
Have
one
not
that does all
worked.
the social media. So if you talk to Rescued online, you're talking to me. Okay?
Yes, I stay away from social media.
Tim
I
doesn't.
hate it.
Tim. I said Tim because I looked at an advocate for liberty's name, but Nick doesn't know how to social media.
Nick used to. Nick used to care about social media. Nick doesn't anymore.
Nick can't be bothered with social media.
Honestly, I mean, there's so much that goes on during the day. Like, I want to, but it's not worth it. There's so much drama and bullshit, lies, and people just trying to start fights for no damn reason.
Right.
And trying to start fights with the wrong people.
And if you have an opinion, you're automatically fucking wrong and they're an idiot.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to have our own opinions. Yeah. So.
Do you believe the whole tiny arm thing? Because the people who put together the remains were off. I don't know. I don't know if T-Rexes really have tiny arms.
I don't know.
I heard a rumor that pterodactyls used to have fur or feathers or something weird like that.
Yeah.
I mean, with tiny arms like that, they're really rather useless. What purpose would they serve?
I don't know.
To hold the food and go.
But their head is so far out that it would touch their chin.
But they have a big snout, nose, mouth.
I guess.
Listen, I need someone get us in touch with a dinosaur person.
Yeah.
Because we need answers.
We need a paleontologist.
If that's what that word is. I forgot.
Yep.
I just knew it was a dinosaur person.
It's okay. I used to love dinosaurs.
And trains.
And trains. And trains, definitely.
Trains.
I love steam engines. Steam engines are fun and I'm my friend.
So I take it you have train sets then?
No. Not because he's not
He
allowed.
says no.
He just doesn't have any. He's allowed to have them.
No, so when I was with my ex, my kids had a bedroom. My girls had a bedroom about this size. My son had one about this size also. And so first I did a train set in my son's room that wrapped around the whole ceiling, like a nice Lionel Model T, or not T, G. Went around, everything was wonderful. So my daughters are like, well, I want a train set too. So I was like, cool. So I went ahead and punched 2 holes in the wall right near the ceiling and ran them through, and I turned it into a double-decker so they crossed at the same time.
Oh, nice.
Yep, and they had little crossing gates that would come down.
That's so crazy.
I love trains.
So it'd be like a little tunnel. Going through a little tunnel almost.
Going through the wall. The return one went through the closet.
Dude, that's crazy.
You can push a button and you hear the horn go.
Nick wants to play with trains in my train station storefront, says Advocate.
I still haven't seen this. He told me to
It would be
Google
there
it and
for
I haven't
hours.
yet. Huh?
You would be there for hours.
I would be.
You're gonna look, there it goes, it's gonna make a left turn.
One of my customers has a train set in their basement, and the old lady just looked at me. She's like, this was my husband's who died. And I was like, it's a beautiful train set. She goes, it's the ugliest and most annoying damn thing in the world. I was like, okay. She goes, do you like trains? I was like, I love trains. And she's like, well, I'm going to throw this all away. I was like, oh, that's not nice. And she's like, do you want it? I was like, I would love it. She goes, well, I'm throwing it all away soon, so I'll just let you know when it's in the trash can. I was like,
oh. Why don't I just take it home with me now? You don't have to do that.
I'll pack it up for you.
that would be too hard. And you know there's going to be anger when she's throwing it away the way she was talking. It's just going to get, like, old lady launched into the trash bag.
Oh.
What is this show becoming? Like, what are we doing here?
This is the random vent in random time.
Random time.
Yeah.
Like random time.
I do too.
We used to have, at my grandparents' house, we used to have, in the basement, they had one of those long, like, do you guys remember the little race car tracks where you pick the car up and you make sure that the 2 little silver strips was touching the track?
And you had the little trigger.
Yes. We had a massive, massive setup in the basement of my grandparents' house. We loved it. Played with that for ages. I loved it. We didn't have a train set, though.
Nick wants one. And I'm okay with it. He just has to find one.
I can. They're just expensive for the nice ones.
Yeah, they
Like the setup for the kids, the track alone was, I think, about $300-$400.
Looks like I'm going yard sailing.
But you got to find the right one, and you can't really get the tracks from the yard sale because it usually has corrosion on them, and then the trains will just randomly die. And let's face it, cleaning off the rust is a pain in the ass. It really is.
Well, what's our next topic? No, we've talked about dinosaurs and trains and conspiracy theories.
And race car tracks.
Okay, and race car
and race
tracks.
car tracks.
See? Race car tracks
right.
are important.
And dog vaginas.
And dog vaginas that look like X's vaginas.
Yep.
Let's take a moment.
We were discussing peach rings, how Lethal was vaping on something that was peach ring flavored.
Yes, gummy peach rings. Matahari from Cloak and Vapor.
That is a really nice label.
Nick knows about a thing that's peach rings that's coming.
I do.
Just
Tell
tell
everybody.
Tell the world. Let's do it.
We have 2 new products coming out. We have a peach ring with melatonin, and we have a watermelon CBD gummies.
Ooh.
And they should be within the next week or 2.
Gummy peach rings.
Yes. And there's
CBD
no CBD
bedtime
taste
gum.
or anything. It's amazing.
Definite bedtime gummy peach rings.
Yes. And watermelon for the day.
But see, the melatonin didn't really have an effect on me.
No.
But we've discussed this.
I know, it's because I'm a ginger.
And you have a higher tolerance.
I have a higher tolerance for everything. I know. This sucks. Does it count as being a ginger when I go gray?
Yes. Because ginger is in your blood.
Yes.
But I'm going to be gray, so why?
Because your blood's still ginger.
Then
My
you
blood
really
is
will.
still red.
Yeah, ginger.
Wait, if his beard goes white, if a ginger's beard goes white, do they get a little bit of their soul back?
No.
Oh.
Damn it.
And he doesn't have one because, according to some people, I am the devil.
You are. It's okay.
There's a special place in hell for me. It's called a throne. I've been wanting to say that for a week. Made me happy. Made me happy to say that just now, just so you know.
But we also do have the new hats. See?
That's pink.
Ooh,
The lighting is very...
It's a very bright in my room.
I still want one of the red and black ones.
That's downstairs. But we also have... Nope, not that.
Oh,
Yeah.
the green.
We got the green back
Actually,
in stock. And...
Oh, I lied. I want the green and black.
Oh, wait for this one. Oh,
Hold on. This one's special.
Uh-oh.
This one's... You're going to want this one. Everyone wants this one when they see it.
So I'm going to want 3 hats then.
this is the one you
That,
want.
the blacked out, yes. Yes. All of the
Because
yes.
Then you can be wearing it. And
Yeah, but if I was wearing it right now, you'd never know.
Exactly. Just
My
like this
black
looks white.
background. Like, I had to change shirts, like, twice. Because they were both black, and I realized you can't... I just look like a floating head. I'll blend in with the background, so... That's why I couldn't wear my ENB hat either. All my flat caps are... Well, not flat caps. All of my snapbacks are all black. So I had to wear my golf hat.
I mean,
Well, you need to
your
do
Mr.
something with your
Rogers
back.
hat.
My Mr. Rogers hat.
Would you be my neighbor?
Your ADD is showing again, honey.
That shows all the time.
Yep. Oh, yes. I know what that's about. Squirrel.
Squirrel. Nick wants a squirrel.
I really want a squirrel. I
He
have.
does.
You could come to our house and catch any one of the 1,000 of them.
Oh, see, there we go. I think we are going to go there this weekend.
Okay. I don't know how we're gonna swing it because we have all these animals that have to eat.
And I have to go deal with a shitty old man about a ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Beat an old man.
He's a crab man.
I'm trying to find a picture of my squirrel.
He's distracted.
I am. I want to show pictures of my squirrel. Leave me alone.
Now he's on that ADHD squirrel pattern now.
Well, while he's on the ADHD squirrel thing, let's talk about coils.
Okay.
Sweet. I love coils.
Coral.
Words.
So, how did you get into coils?
To be honest, I did it as originally. It was only meant to be for myself as a method of cheaper vaping. because I started out with the Smock Stick V8 kit, but my eyes and my heart were set on RDAs. I just didn't know enough about them at the time. So I did a lot of research into RDAs, into mech mods, into Ohm's Law, the whole 9 yards. I did countless hours of research and, putting things together in my head. And so I gave a shot at doing some coil building, started with some round wire, moved into Claptons and then fused Claptons. And I plateaued right there for a while. I tried some harder builds, but I wasn't really getting it. I just kept on practicing. But originally it was just supposed to be for myself as a cheaper way to vape on my RDAs and stuff, rather than buying all these pre-made coils or buying from other coil builders. It gets expensive. And I just found it a little bit more affordable for myself to go out, buy the wire and make them on my own. I would get a lot more coils for my money, and I was pretty much set. But people wanted to try them. And so I, handed a few out and got some feedback on them, and they're like, you should be selling these. And so I threw the idea to my wife and thought about it a little bit, and I said, you know what, why not? We'll give it a shot. And that's really where we're at now, is through all that practice, I've been able to make my aliens, as you guys know. You guys are vaping on them, and
yes,
that's where we're at.
And
that's where we're at now.
They're freaking amazing, man.
Thank you.
They are.
I appreciate that.
I'm very picky, and I like that yours are poppy, but not flood my mouth with liquid poppy.
I take a lot of care when it goes into that. I'm very proud to be able to make my coils, and so I like to make them as tight as I can. I like to make them as neat as I can. Even, obviously before I, put them in my containers or anything out, as soon as I'm done making my coils, I throw them through the ultrasonic cleaner and I put them in stock. And I will, before I ship out an order, I hand inspect each coil before I even put it into the container to ship out.
That's awesome. Where did the name Lethal Coils come from?
Because they're killer.
Yeah. Lethal Coils actually stems from, it's a throwback to my old gamer tag. I used to go by Lethal Strike. And I went by that for many years. And so I took two things that I loved and kind of put them together. I was on that mindset that, I've gone by Lethal Strike for so long, and now I'm doing this. Why don't I just incorporate that and use Lethal Coils? And that's kind of where that came from as well.
Have you ever thought about maybe trying to branch out and create your own type of coil or anything like that?
I think it's hard to be original when it comes to coil building these days. I think most of what you're going to see has been done before, or variations have been done before. Emily Blue, you guys can find them on the Rescued E-Liquids website right now, currently.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
We're almost out of your ones.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We still have a couple. I think we have 1.1, and we have 2 or 3.8s and 3.12s.
Oh, wow. So you guys been doing good with those.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I got my squirrel.
He found his
My squirrel, he says, if my fishing app could stop going off on my phone.
It's a black squirrel.
It is. It let me feed it when I was in Washington.
Oh.
No, when there's Ben. Good old Ben.
Good old Ben.
Ben. Miss your face, Ben.
Yeah. That was Ben.
Hey, look, Frank put the link directly in the chat. So if anyone is interested in coils, it's right there.
And that's why we love Frank.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That was our last day with Ben.
Not 0.8, John Papa. That's a 0.08.
0.08. My bad. I probably said the wrong thing.
Nick sometimes forgets things.
I
Like zeros.
John
No,
should
not when it
already
comes to paychecks.
John should already understand how Nick forgets things.
Yes, John, you should be an expert at that. Hey, did the package come?
It's still in movement according to the tracking.
Movement. Transit.
Yes. John's shop, Dead Man's Hands, can now pick up Rescue That.
Oh, wow. Very
And
nice.
Hands in Seymour, Connecticut.
Seymour.
See more butts?
That's what I thought of immediately. Damn Simpsons. So, what else has been going on in your world, Mr. Lethal?
Oh,
Anything exciting, new?
well, fishing a lot. Doing really well with that. Found a new pond. Well, new for you guys. I don't think I've told you guys about this, but I told other people about this. I've been going there for about 2 weeks now. About a month ago, me, the wife, and the daughter, we took a walk down the trails out back of our house because we've got nothing but woods out back. So there's a little trail that goes from the back of our house out to the power lines where everybody rides their dirt bikes, four-wheelers, and whatnot down the trails there. But along the power lines are offshoot trails for nature walking and whatnot. And we took one of those trails and we ended up finding this pond in the middle of nowhere in the woods. And so I said, you know what, I have to try fishing there tomorrow or something. And so I did. I went out there the next day, didn't catch anything. I was like, there can't be any fish in there. 2 weeks ago, though, I decided I was going to give it a shot again. And so I walked down there and I was going to try from a different spot. And this time I pulled out 12 fish in one day. The very next day I went back and I pulled out another 14. It's been going very well this year for me fishing.
What kind of fish are those that you're pulling out?
Largemouth bass.
Now, do you think that was like a pond somebody created?
No. This used to be a vernal pool for a very, very long time. But the beavers have been very active around there. And so they've dammed up a lot of things and it flows into this area. It's coming from somewhere.
Okay.
It's not a vernal pool anymore. This is actually moving water.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool now.
So it's always going to be plentiful of fish then?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We think that this is like one of the first, well, this is like in the beginning stages of development environmentally, as far as like, what's the word I'm trying to look for? The ecosystem is just starting to develop, we think. And so a lot of the fish that I've been catching have all been really small.
Okay.
We haven't heard of many people pulling out of anything really of any size to it. Maybe a 2.5 pounder, maybe a 3 pounder here or there. But we're thinking that this is kind of the beginning of the development of the ecosystem where the fish are really just kind of populating now. And now it's going to take time for them to, get older. And then eventually you'll find bigger fish out there. But that's what we're thinking.
Now, before we go too far off topic,
Yes.
I have to ask you the standard question for every
Okay.
show. How far can you kick a wombat?
As far as a wombat will let me. I don't know. About how much do they weigh?
About between 50 and 70 pounds.
Yeah, maybe a couple of feet.
They're basically giant guinea pigs that poop squares.
That's right, they do poop squares. I heard about that and I didn't believe it, and then I Googled it and I was shocked. I was
Everyone, take a
crap, they
moment,
poop cubes.
go away from the show for just a minute and look up wombat poop.
Dude,
Just
they poop
saying.
cubes.
They do. It's weird. We talk about it every episode because it's a thing.
Yes.
And there goes our fireworks.
Those are fireworks.
Hey,
Oh, are they doing fireworks out there?
Yeah,
it's okay.
there's no ordinance preventing people from firing them. So they come a lot. They happen a lot. And for one of our neighbors likes to set them off starting beginning of June and ends at the end of August.
Yeah.
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 Which, I mean, it is fine, except for when, people, have CPS.
Like I know
PTSD.
we here in Massachusetts do have an ordinance. We're not, we don't have firework shops. That's why we go to New Hampshire and we buy them and bring them back.
There is no noise ordinance and no fireworks ordinance in West Virginia, but there is a doghouse ordinance.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. Your
Yeah,
doghouse
that
has
one?
to be built to a specific code.
Oh, geez.
We do. It has to be 8 inches off the ground. The door has to be 1.5 times the width of the dog and 2 times the height of the dog.
Holy cow.
There has to be the feet have to be post into concrete. I mean,
Holy cow.
you're building a house for a dog.
Yeah.
And you have to have a permit to build said doghouse.
Yes.
It needs to be hurricane proof.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully not up here. We don't have hurricanes. That'd be really weird.
It's crazy, There's an ordinance for doghouses, but go ahead and set off your fireworks in the middle of the street. That's cool.
And there's an ordinance that says that, what was it? Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to keep your lawnmower outside.
And yes, Emily, it is enforced. We've had the dog warden come out to our house a couple times and get mad because we do not keep a dog house for our dogs outside because they eat it and they can come in whenever they want. So we have to explain to them that, I'll put a dog house out there and then you're going to come back in a week and be like, you have debris in your yard.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have that whole hoopla. So, But as long as your dog has the way the city is allowing us to do it is as long as our dogs have a way to escape the elements, is what they say.
Right.
Then it's fine. So, what else we got, Nick?
With tobacco flavors.
Say that again?
How are you guys with tobacco flavors? What are your feelings on those?
Honestly, I hate all tobacco flavors. I've never been a big tobacco person. I mean, that's the whole reason why I only smoked for the short amount of time that I did, and I moved straight to the hookah.
Right.
I personally don't like them because it reminds me of smoking. And I believe that if that were the only flavor available, I'd go back to smoking.
Yeah, because this vanilla custard and vanilla almond tobacco just... It's a lot more tobacco than it is anything else. But
now, I'm not saying that they're bad. It's just they don't work for me.
Right.
And if they're good for someone else, then that is great. But me personally, I cannot do tobacco.
I'm one of those people that is not bad, but it's absolutely not an all-day vape for me.
The noise you're hearing right now is Vulcan trying to escape the basement because he wants to go break through the fence outside.
Yeah, Vulcan is, from what we found out, is extremely terrified of fireworks.
Yes. Which most dogs are. So he wants to escape the basement so he can run away from the loud noises.
Right.
Yeah, I found him outside yesterday just roaming around the front of the house.
Because I didn't know that the fence had been broken.
Jay Jerry's got a good point. Fireworks should be canceled due to COVID. And actually, Jay Jerry, in most places, the fireworks have been canceled due to COVID.
Yeah. But like with here, you can walk down the street and go to some little pop-up tent and buy all kinds of fireworks that probably should be illegal because they're dangerous and set them off in the street. And our houses are very close together.
Right.
We have probably 10 to 12 feet between us and the next house on either side.
Yeah.
So,
you can reach out from the bathroom window to your neighbor and ask for a cup of sugar.
Yeah. And with that being said, though, the amount of cars that are parked on our street, we have a one-way street, so you can only park on the one side.
Right.
And I believe in a 4-house area, there's about 20 cars, and we have 4 parking spots. So these fireworks are being set off in a very populated area and going everywhere.
Right.
So I'm not saying that fireworks are bad. I'm saying be responsible when you set them off.
Right.
Like
us,
fireworks are bad.
We live on like 5 acres of land, and we've got like 2 acres that are usable, and most of it's field. So we've got plenty of room.
Nice.
That we can safely discharge fireworks.
Right.
But when you're in a vicinity like what you just described, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, we've had the one neighbor, he likes to set off bottle rockets, and it's hit cars, it's hit houses, and we're like, dude, you really can't do that. And he's like, well, there's no law against it. And it's like, you're gonna put a firework directly into my house. I'm gonna have a Roman candle in my bedroom and not know it.
Yep. Yep.
Like I said, idiots with fireworks are the issues.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go through classes to carry a gun around here. Then I think you should go through a class to set off fireworks.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that me being in possession of fireworks would be a felony.
But also, the other thing people don't realize is fireworks are toxic to dogs. They are extremely dangerous. So if you're setting off fireworks, not only is that dog getting stressed out because of all the loud noises, but then you have to worry about all the chemical output, all the ash and whatnot. Your dog is still going to walk through that.
Mm-hmm. Like, not to mention the smoke and everything that comes out of it that they're breathing in.
And I mean, a lot of the debris, people don't go pick up their debris.
No.
They set off the fireworks and they're like, oh, yeah, that was pretty. And then the road is littered with trash.
Yep.
So, yeah. Emily, our problem child is Velez. He is our problem puppy. See my hand. So, Vulcan's the one that escapes the most. He's also the most terrified of strangers, which we're pretty sure that's the husky part of him. But Velez is the one that'll fight anything.
Yeah.
Anything. It does not matter. He wants to fight it.
Vengeance is the lover. Vendetta is the alpha.
Mm-hmm. If she doesn't like you, run.
Yeah. And Ty, she's just our special dog.
She is.
This dog is loving and caring, sweet. She's an amazing pup.
That's awesome. Don't
you have a pup?
I do have a pup. His name is Rico, and he's 15 years old. And sadly, I think this is I don't know if he's going to make it the rest of the summer. Sadly, he's got his health problems with his back end. He's been on pain meds for a while now. And the heat it's going to get to him.
Yeah.
This year. I'm already seeing the signs, and it's not the meds that he's on aren't good for him long term. They'll mess up his liver.
Mm-hmm.
So it stinks, but yeah, he's 15 years old. His name is Rico, and you've heard the term, I'm sure, before, being in a rescued kind of situation. The term Sato,
mm-hmm.
Puerto Rican street dog, that's what he is. I got him when I worked at a doggy daycare center many years ago. Well, almost 16 years ago now. I worked there, and we used to get rescued litters in all the time, and we got a shipment from Puerto Rico, and he was in there with the rest of the litter, and he was the only one that looked like he did, and he was the runt. He was the small one of the bunch. So I had first pick because I worked there, and $50 later, I had an adopted puppy. And he's been with me ever since. He's gone with me everywhere I've gone, and he's just an absolute love. And, I wouldn't trade him for anything in the world.
That's awesome.
And yes, Sheldon, Lethal does have rats.
Should I?
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I love rats.
Y'all can both pull your rats out.
Okay. Grab my chalupa.
Night, Papa. See you later, bud.
Good night, Papa. There's a chalupa.
I know. I just woke you up. I'm sorry.
Oh, how dare you wake him up? Look, it's your friend. I know you can't see him, but I'm going to pretend like you can. It's your friend.
Just for you,
You're
African.
gonna, stop that? Hey, get over here. I know, you're looking at your cage.
So tell us about your rat.
So this is Booker. Let me see if I can get him. I know I am so offensive right now. Hey, would you stop? I know. So this is Booker. I'd say he's closing in on 2 years. He's about a year and a half.
For a rat, then.
They live between 2 to 3, yeah. He's definitely an adult now. But he's got 2 brothers, Killian and Ghost. Ghost is pretty much all white with some gray spotches on him. And then Killian is just flat gray.
Mm-hmm.
There's no markings on him. But this is the one that has attached himself to me and the one that I've attached myself to. Hi. Yeah.
He's adorable. Now, one thing I recently learned, and I'm always learning about animals, so I will never claim to be an animal expert.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I recently learned is albino rats tend to get tumors or cysts on their throat. And when they explode, they're very scary looking. Mr. Chalupa had one and it exploded, and I thought we were going to have to put him down. But thankfully we separated him from the rest of the group, and it's healing up nicely. But it was a terrifying moment to look at my rat and see this quarter-size hole just in his throat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excuse me a minute. I've been told I need a re-wick.
You do.
So
Chalupa is my homie. Chalupa is actually 1 year old today.
Aww.
So he's my baby. You go back in here.
I can get him to behave with treats.
I haven't worked with him much, mostly because I mean, he's just my homie. He just hangs out. And, you know.
Now he's all about the munching now.
But we kept Chalupa for the purpose of breeding. And Mamacita has gone dry, so she will not be producing anymore.
Okay.
So
Oh.
that's okay, because that means we need to get another female.
I need another female.
Emily, that one is Booker.
Yes. Oh, no. She's asking an advocate for liberty.
Oh, I
About the
don't know
bunny.
why.
Yep.
I saw words. I saw what's the name, and I went, oh, I better answer that.
Okay. Hold on. I got another one. Hey, right here. Ding dong. No, get your nuts off my shoulder.
Oh,
no.
Nope, you're stuck with them. So what made you get rats?
I don't know, man. I had them a long time ago, when I was about 18, 19. I used to keep rats. At that point, it was primarily I want to be different from everybody else, and they're really, really cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'd love to be able to walk around with one in my hood. And now it's an entirely different story. Hello. There you go. I got you.
Did you used to do the same thing? Kelly, didn't you used to walk around with like a rat or something in your pocket? Not a rat. But
Yes.
Did you used to do that too, Lethal?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I used to always have a rat on my back. They, like, if you can find a small enough ferret harness, they'll fit on some of the larger rats. And
Yes.
I used to walk my rats.
Yes, I used to have a harness for mine as well.
And people always thought I was weird. But
I was about to say, y'all weird.
I actually only had it. I've retired that harness. It's I used it with only one rat, and he was my heart and soul. God bless him. His name was Xerxes. He helped me out through a lot of different difficult times. And he was just the most loving animal that I've ever had. He knew when you were upset. He knew when to cuddle you.
yeah.
You know, we would take naps on the bed together, and I wouldn't have to worry about him running around anywhere. He would just fall asleep between the pillows. You know, and so, but yeah, I used to carry him around in my hood. I'd take him out and take him for walks on his harness. I would just make sure that there were no hawks anywhere around.
Or other dangerous animals like dogs, cats.
Yep.
Chalupa, he's pretty cool. He'll hang out on my desk. He likes to be on my shoulder, but he also likes to just be on my desk so he can go check things out.
Yeah.
You know? And once he's had his share of checking things out, he's back on my shoulder.
Right. Oh, Georgia boy.
What's up, Georgia boy?
But I mean, like you, I started doing rats when I was in high school because my mom wouldn't let me have a dog, and my dad didn't want me to have a cat. And, you know, I was like, well, I want a pet. And my dad said, fine, get a mouse or a rat. And I went, okay. And I think it shocked him because I don't think he expected me to say, okay. So I went to the
This
store.
was all right to do.
I went to the store and I bought a rat. And my dad went, why? And I went, why not? You said I could have one. And he went, oh, you're weird. And I was like, well, you know, I like them. I used to have ropes and wires like in my room so they could like run on the ropes because a rat can actually climb very high upside down on a single strand of rope. You'd be surprised at how high they can go. That's why when people get rats in their house, you'll find them in the attic. They have no issues. Their nails are very sharp and they will climb everywhere. And they have the ability to make fists.
Their nails are so sharp.
Yeah.
I always, like, whenever I take them off my neck or my shoulders, I always have streaks.
Oh, yeah.
Streaks.
Oh, yeah. I like to take a nail file to the rat nails and, like, sand them down just a little bit so that way they're not as sharp, you know?
Yep.
And I look like the crazy lady sitting on the front porch filing my rat's nails.
Right. My wife had a good idea of putting one of those lava rocks underneath where the water bottle is. So that when they, you know, go to stand up on it, it kind of helps to grind those down a little.
That's true. That would be a good one. I haven't thought about that. Rescued Rats does sound like a Saturday morning cartoon. We should work on that. Wait, you're not coming back out. Crazy.
Hey.
So, for everybody who was giving me a hard time,
are you? Hey.
Ben is now with Ben.
Good. And Benthal goes on the blue box.
What's Nico
Hello, Muffin. Hello. Hello.
On your bang.
Bang!
Hello, Smushy.
You know, I mean, it's hilarious just how everybody thinks of rats as the most disgusting animals in the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, wild rats are.
Very, very intelligent and very intuitive creatures. Very intuitive creatures.
And they really don't like to be dirty.
No.
So if you have rats in your house, it's not because you're dirty. It's because they have access to food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have access to food and a warm place and a dry place.
Yes, Emily. Any albino animal is going to be more prone to diseases and disorders. So, I mean, like you said, with white pits, they tend to be deaf. Same with white boxers. Albino rats will tend to get cysts. I know albino snakes can have jaw issues and spine issues. So albino comes with its own share of issues. So if you go for an albino animal, be prepared to have a few extra vet bills.
Right. It's like larger dogs tend to have a lot of health problems later on in life.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Which is the disappointing part, because we've talked about what we're going to do when we have to, make the call on Rico. And I don't know where I would go for my next dog. Not like what facility I would go to, but like which direction I would go for my choice of the next dog. I really, it sucks about the large dog thing, but honestly, I would love an English Mastiff.
Yes, those are so wonderful.
Huge dogs.
I think what you do is you just wait and see what speaks to you. Yeah. Like, honestly,
spoke to me.
With our dogs, we had no intentions of getting Velez or Vulcan. They just kind of were there. And
well, we kind of had an idea for Vulcan because I'd always wanted a Shepherd and a Husky.
And it worked out.
And it worked out because then our friend had a Husky, got pregnant by a Shepherd.
I'm trying to hello now. Oh, thank you for kisses.
He's so pretty.
I love the face, though. I'm partial to blaze-faced rats. Actually, do I still have it over here?
Is in the blue.
My wife knew how much I loved my boy Xerxes, and she had a friend, really, really nice lady, very good artist. Without me knowing, she had sent a picture of my rat Xerxes to her, and she had hand-drawn this.
Aww.
So I still have that.
I love the way she did the fur. It looks so soft.
He really was, too. He really, really was. But I've got a thing for blaze-faced rats.
Now, when you say blaze face, you mean with the white
nose?
White,
where the white is, you see how it just kind of blazes up a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, blazy face.
Okay.
It's funny the descriptions that there are for different animals. Like, that's a blaze face. Now, if that were a dog, it'd be badger faced.
Badger faced?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is funny.
That is funny. different words means the same thing, but
it's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
On a badger faced dog, there might be
Wedge Blaze. Wedge Blaze. Thank you, Chaos Pixie. That's the wifey.
Wedge Blaze. See, that's why
she knows more about it than I do. She was into breeding and everything too, so.
I mean, I'm a horrible person because I breed specifically for feeding the snakes.
Mm-hmm.
But, if I don't, then my snakes die. So, right. And it's a lot easier to control versus going to a pet store and, potentially getting a rat that could be diseased.
Right.
Because there's no quality control there.
Nope.
And it's also a hell of a lot cheaper.
Also, I would recommend going to breeders for rats.
Yes.
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 I mean, you certainly don't want to be walking around in New York City with a paper bag trying to catch one.
Please do not feed your snakes wild rats, because you don't know what they've gotten into.
No.
And
you don't know nothing about them.
Yeah. And a lot of people will feed their snakes live, which all of our snakes are live feeds. And if I were to put a wild rat in with one of my snakes, that rat could kill my snake because my snake has been domesticated and it lacks the ability to actually hunt like most other wild snakes. So it would seriously get hurt. Just saying. Yeah.
Ours, it was a bred rat, but ours just would not eat live.
Yeah, and some of them won't. We switched ours over simply because we had the ability to do so.
Mm-hmm.
When we got them, we started off with frozen, and because we breed the rats and we have a mass quantity of rats at any given moment, it's easier to do that. And plus, like with Annie, we fed her recently because she was very hungry. She was acting very hungry.
Right.
She normally would eat 1 or 2 rats, baby rats, in a week. This last time we fed her, she ate 5. which is an insane amount for a snake her size. Like that's
gonna be so much poop in that cage.
She's gonna poop so hard. It's gonna be so gross.
You're gonna hear it.
Yeah, I heard the last one.
See,
so
like Chaos Pixie just said, the breeding with breeding the food, but the color variations and show quality types were fun, and it's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like every litter we got has been different colors, and it's awesome. And they're the way that the colors, the patterns, it's so cool.
She definitely played with that a lot.
And we can pick what colors we want based on the parents that we put together. So,
right.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that you can go... Did he poop on you?
No, he sneezed on me.
Oh. You can go to a breeder and say, I want white female rats, because some snakes will only do specific genders or specific colors.
Right.
If you go to a pet store, a lot of pet stores will only carry one gender. Because they don't want babies.
Right.
So if you go into a pet store and say, I want a white female, they're going to say, I don't have a white female, I have males. You know, because it's easier.
He's so happy on your shoulder.
He really is.
He's very happy.
Hi, babies.
We have fireworks.
And that's the thing that people don't see is like there's a connection. Like when you raise a rat from just a pup, there's a bonding that happens. As they get older, they know you, they get to know your personality, and they can read what you want, what you need.
And they're extremely social, so they want to be touched and they want to be handled.
Yep.
I mean, even wild rats, if you can get it, I mean, it's going to bite the shit out of you. But if you can wait long enough, eventually they'll grow to become accustomed to you. I don't suggest it because wild rats can have things like rabies and all that stuff, but they can be taught to be pets in a way. Vulcan wants to get out. He heard fireworks.
Pixie says ghost is better.
Yeah. Her rat.
Oh, her rat.
Oh. Hey, ghost. Hey, ghost.
So, Ben is hitting amazing. And
so this is the infamous ghost. All right. His thing is that...
It's blurry.
Hey, get it out.
Blurry. It doesn't like you.
There we go. So
look at that eye.
He is very lovey to the point where if you're loving on him, he will let you flip him upside down.
Oh, wow.
He does not care. Yes, I know. Thank you, kisses. Rub, 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 rub. And I'm just dip, dip, dip.
And again, they're like dogs. They just want their belly scratched.
Yep. He is a weird one. That's
dogs that are used for hunting and whatnot, they've been trained and bred to be used to the noises. So Vulcan is not okay with fireworks because they're not common. He's only a year old. So it's a sound that he doesn't know very well, and it's scary. It's like if someone were to walk up to you and scream in your ear every day, you get used to it and you start preparing for it. But if you randomly get someone to scream in your ear, it's startling.
Yeah.
So that's how Vulcan is. That's why he's scared. It's a lot of training.
Yeah.
A lot of times what they'll do is they'll like start with like showing the dog the gun, and then they'll do BB guns and little pellet guns, and then they'll work their way up to the big booms, and What other questions do you have for Mr. Lethal Coils?
Yes.
I'm thinking. He's answered a lot. Well, a lot of mine.
I'm an open book.
He is.
How many pages?
More than you can count.
I get that.
So for anyone
More than I can count.
in picking up Lethal Coils, they are available on the website. if there's coils that you're interested in and we don't have them on the website, can they reach out to you?
Of course. You guys can reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook. My email is all over my Facebook as well.
His YouTube is also linked in the description, as well as his Instagram and Facebook. And he has a YouTube channel, which I don't know if y'all knew this, but he just did his show. His show comes on right before ours. So
sometimes it goes over.
That's okay.
Oh, it's fine.
So every Wednesday you can catch Lethal Coils on his show.
And next week, the Lethal show will be starting at 9, right?
Yep.
Correct. So 9 o'clock. And so because he's coming on a little bit later, we're going to go ahead and we're not going to do our show next week. So that way all of our viewers can jump on and watch Mr. Lethal.
He has a very special guest.
Okay. Would you stop kisses?
He loves you.
He loves everyone. Do not let him try and play you. He loves everyone just as much.
Vengeance is snoring very hardcore right now.
He's tired. He had a hard day of doing nothing. Ghost is so pretty. Both of your rats are so pretty.
I love his face. I do.
I do love his face.
I love the coloring of his face.
Oh, bless you. I told you he is the bestest, says Pixie.
He is pretty. They're all pretty.
Kisses Pog.
Does the chat have any questions?
What are my opinions of the U.S. prison system?
What? Frank.
That's kind of an odd question, but sure.
Well,
I'll entertain that one. I really don't know what I feel about the U.S. prison system. I think that it's designed to keep the bad guys in and get out of my... What are you doing? It's designed to keep the bad guys in and keep the good guys out, but I don't know, man. I think it's overpopulated because people are getting strung up on bullshit charges over laws that shouldn't even be. I think it's necessary, though. I think we need something. I know it's a joke, Frank, but still, it was a question and I wanted to entertain it.
So,
Tim wants to know, what are your most popular coils?
Aliens? No, my most popular is the 0.1 aliens.
and that is actually what Kelly has. And I have your .08s. And they're nice and poppy.
Yes. Hold on. There was another coil. What's your favorite single coil RDA?
Currently, the STNG from Wotofo. That's the mouth to lung one, though. When it comes to other single coil RDAs, like a direct to lung, I don't have many. I think that the Reverie I could probably see as being my favorite single coil. No. I'm a liar.
That was a very angry
I am
no.
a liar. We've got that Death Wish Mods Death Trap 2 single coil RDA.
That is a behemoth of a coil in there.
That is a 4mm, sir.
That is beautiful.
I don't think I've ever used a single coil RDA. No, I have. The recurve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you make any mounted lung coils? Like the little micros?
No. Nope. I don't mess with wire that small right now. I've tried. Do I do anything higher resistance? Emily, get in touch with me. Let me know what you're looking for, and we can work something out.
If they banned mech mods, would you still vape?
Yes. Yes.
Same.
Even if they banned mech mods, I would still vape.
Right. I mean, let's face it. What's really going to go wrong with any of the mechs that we have?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Mechs are simple,
Yes.
they're effective, and they'll never die if you maintain them properly.
Exactly.
And even if you're a shitty mech owner like me and you run them over, they still work. Like,
yeah.
Please don't run over your mechs, people.
No, don't do that but I have ran over a mech and it still works to this day. So
Georgia boy, I can't say the barrage because I don't own one. Ow. Your claws hurt.
Well. Okay, so if your rats had a voice, how would they talk?
I think kind of like Morgan Freeman. No.
Hello.
How would they talk? I kind of envision them having a British accent.
If ours could talk, Pinky in the brain. Nerf.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one's gonna be, Pinky.
Definitely. He's very narfy.
I could see them like the Angry Beavers, kind of.
Yes.
Just
I take that mine would not be Pinky in the brain because there's 3 of them. They would be Ed, and Eddie. Because I have one that's kind of dumb, one that's really smart, and one that just likes to get in trouble.
They have a mousy voice, says Anthony.
Well, that doesn't make sense because they're rats.
I mean,
do your Morgan Freeman impression again, please.
Nick.
You, Nick.
Me, I don't do a good Morgan Freeman.
Do a Morgan Freeman impression.
Hello there, everybody.
Not Meatwad.
What was that?
Please tell me you got that reference too.
Yes.
Okay, good. Want to make sure I wasn't alone in that
reference.
Yes. I have teenage boys. I know a lot.
Morgan Freeman. His voice is just good, though. There's no way around it.
No.
It's very peaceful. I feel like
even if he was angry, reading something angry at you, it would be like, please keep talking.
So, as I just stated, I have teenage boys, and there was one night that my teenage boys, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they wouldn't go to sleep. So I hacked into their smart TV with my phone, and I played Morgan Freeman's "Go the Fuck to Sleep" until they came upstairs and went, "Mom, something's wrong with our TV." And I went, "Probably time to go to bed then."
All the kisses again.
See, mine don't do kisses. Mine do bites.
They just think you like it rough.
Yeah.
Hey, look at them go.
He's very happy. Very happy.
Always the happy. Good. Always the happy. I've only been bit by one rat.
Really?
Yep, once. And I still have tendon damage, but he bit straight down in through my knuckle. He went down to the gums with it. He went right through. And it was a pain to heal. It just hurt so much, but we ended up having to put that one down.
Yeah, Mamacita is the one that'll bite you. And I really, truly believe it's because every time she has a litter, I reach in there and I kill her babies.
Yeah.
Well, we need a new Mamacita.
We do. I need to get a new mama.
She's not producing milk anymore.
So we need to give her a break.
Yeah.
Retire her. She's had 10 or 11 litters, so it's time.
Wow.
That's a lot of litters.
That is for a lifetime.
I wonder what the vet would say if you took a rat in there and be like, "Can you fix my rat?"
They would do it. It would be pricey, but if they had a doctor that was comfortable working with rats, then they would.
A lot of the vets around here are not appreciative of rats.
Oh.
They, they're just
snakes.
Or snakes. Yeah, they're all like, it's a critter, just throw it away and get a new one.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's really sad because my rats and my snakes, they haven't done anything wrong other than exist.
Right.
So,
Mowgli, no, it wasn't an accidental squeeze. He had issues upstairs. He was a rescue rat. He came with a litter of 4, and only, I think, 2 of them turned out to be all right. But the other ones were very temperamental, couldn't be together. One had to, he got torn up. Like, he had gashes, open gashes down his back because of one of the other rats. So we had to put down 2, if not 3 of those rats.
wow.
But it wasn't an accidental squeeze. I was getting to know him. He was getting to know me. Everything looked like it was on the up and up, like things were going well. He was acting like a lot of the other rats that we've had that are starting to get along with you. And when I went to put him down on the bed, and then all of a sudden, light switch, and he bit down 3 times total.
Wow.
into the knuckle, and it was not a good experience.
No, I've been bit a couple times by the rats, and I would rather be bit by a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a rat bite there's no way to describe. I've been bit by rats, I've been bit by dogs, and I've been bit by snakes, and I will tell you that the rat bite is the worst bite that you could possibly have.
Right. It was painful. It was very painful, and they go through bone.
Yes, their teeth are, as little as they are intensely sharp, and they are intensely
very powerful.
I mean, they chew through metal.
Yep.
That's
metal
what they
and
do.
concrete. Yep.
Okay.
So,
like I've seen rats down in Louisiana. I've seen on, certain shows where they've been in the houses that the rats down there chew through the concrete of their foundation of their house.
That's
Yeah.
The neighbor next door to us. They abandoned the house, and the rats ate through the mortar between the bricks and just trying to get in and out.
yeah. And they came here because of the abundance of food. So, unless when I let the big dogs outside, I put out a large quantity of food because they're outside for a good amount of time and they're large dogs and they need to eat. And Vulcan likes to spill the food.
Yeah.
So every time I go out there, I would have to actually pick up each kernel of dog food out of the grass in order to make the rats go away. And it's kind of a chore to do. And honestly, as long as they're outside, I'm good. And we do have an exotic vet, but they are located 45 minutes away. They're very expensive. So we don't go there unless it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
Well, it is almost 10 o'clock, so it is time for us to say our goodbyes.
Goodbyes.
Because Nick is hungry.
I am. That kid's got to eat.
What are you eating?
Pulled pork.
Oh, bastard. It's okay. I've got a steak to cook downstairs. I'm going to throw it on the grill.
Nick smoked pork over the weekend. So.
That sounds so dirty.
That would be worse if I said I smoked pork. But Nick smoked pork over the weekend, so we have an abundance of pork at the house. If you're local, come over and get some pork.
Wish I was local.
Oh, you are loco.
I'm loco.
We have an abundance of pork, and I'll even make some mashed potatoes to go with it. So
we need to figure out a time for us to do like a big vape meetup.
Yes.
Figure out a time, figure out a place, so that way we can meet
My
up.
schedule is always open, and we have space.
do you know what else happened 1 year ago today?
Ben won his first place award. That popped up on my timeline today.
No way.
Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
First
awesome.
contest we ever entered, first show we were ever at. Ben was entered as kind of one of those things where Nick went, we're not going to win, but why not?
And this man, right here in this flavor, got first place for best fruit.
Oh.
And beat out some really big names. And we were intensely like overwhelmed. And like, I believe I cried because I did not expect it.
That's awesome.
Ben won 2 awards that day.
I did.
That's crazy.
He's
Such
the
a
best
good
dog in the
job.
world.
So,
Good on you guys.
yay. So when you go get your Ben box, pick up a bottle of Ben.
Yep.
Yes.
Or a bottle of Nika.
And
maybe
Velez.
in the bin.
Or, I mean, you can even get a Velez box and you get a bottle of Velez.
Yeah, we have the very first customer order the Velez box, and it should be here. I think they said the 27th. Shipping says.
So I'm going to show off your box.
Whoa.
Hey. Keep your panties on.
Oh my God, I love it.
That
And
is-
that's his blanket too.
That is the Velez box.
Oh my God, I love it, and I need it in blue.
And that's his face. That's like his whole demeanor of like, what are you looking at? Like, why are you looking at me?
Show them my new blue.
Oh, I love that.
It's going to be great. I'm excited.
My bad.
Dude, that was a great idea, guys.
Well, and 100% of the proceeds
Yep. Go to
go to
rescue.
sponsor a puppy.
So actually, we're gonna change that.
Okay.
We're still gonna do 100% gifts to sponsor the animal. We're not changing that part. Let's rescue some cats.
Okay.
We don't rescue a lot of cats. We don't
We
talk
don't.
about a lot of cats because I'm highly allergic to cats. But in all reality, let's sponsor some cats with some of these bin boxes.
Let's do it. And I also think if you order a Ben box, we should throw in a bottle of liquid.
Done.
There you go.
So to all you guys that have already ordered the boxes, when I send out your boxes, I'll throw in a random rescued flavor.
Or how about you throw in a flavor that matches the box?
Maybe. I don't know. Who's
Oh,
this
then
guy?
again, yeah.
Who's this guy you got a Velez box? Would you like a bottle of Velez? He's in the chat. We'll see.
Let's see. Who's this guy?
Let's
You gotta
see.
answer us. Damn 30-second delay from YouTube.
Right. And I mean, you don't have to get a box to match every one of your flavors.
Also, can we
Shut
talk
up.
about
Yes, you do.
on my
Yes,
box?
you do.
Hey, listen, I had to show it off because it's adorable and it's the first Velez box.
Oh, clean time.
He
I
said
mean,
you
who's this guy? I am so sorry, but everybody did see your box. When you get your box, you'll have to have a conversation about trying to make sure it keeps its door closed.
It's cleaning time.
And, because we're coming to the end, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have a Facebook group called The Rescue Kennel. We have a Discord. If you're interested in jumping and getting into the Discord, hit us up on any social media and we'll send you the link. We're not in there as much as we want to be, but we are in there. We also have a Patreon, and for as little as $5 a month, you could help feed some puppies.
Yep.
So,
What about you, Mr. Lethal? Any tags, shout outs?
Well, guys, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on Twitter now, more often now, rather. I've had my Twitter for a while, but you guys can find me all of these places and get a hold of my email. You guys can reach me there. Yeah.
And buy his damn coils. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Coils.
They'll
Buy
change
coils.
your
Like,
way you
hit
vape.
the subscribe button, follow. You know what to do, guys.
yeah.
All right. So from all of us here at Rescued Reviews, we love you and we like you and we hope everybody has an amazing week. I can't do that still.
Do it like this.
Nope. Damn it, it's a triangle. Oh,
What are you doing with curling your...
how do you do it?
Put your thumbs together like this. There you go. You're close. There you go.
Yay! I did it for once.
That. Oh yeah, and Patreon. Yep, there you go. I forgot about that. Thank you, Jeremy.
I didn't know you had a Patreon.
I do. It's not very big. That I don't really publicize it much, other than a couple of videos here and there.
Well, you should
But you
publicize
should.
it more.
I should throw it up.
Go follow him and join his Patreon. Damn it. Talking to you.
Advocate says go to rescued site, buy a rescued box, rescued liquid, an Addy, and some lethal coils.
There you
Yes. I-
Well, if you buy a rescue box, you're getting a rescued liquid. So
On us.
on us. So that all you have to do is buy the box, an Addy, and some coils, and some batteries if you don't have 21700s.
Nick said that, and all I've got is visions of him taking Ben and just drizzling it all over his head.
I'm so sexy today.
You get rescued the liquid on us.
And if Melissa
I'll be the
says
calendar
she loves
sheet. I'd be like,
Melissa says she loves the rescued salts. And for anyone who doesn't know, we are still doing our Trash Panda sale on salts. So
yes.
enter Trash Panda as your code when you check out for salts and get 40% off.
We buy
Good with
3
trash
or more.
pandas.
Mm-hmm. So, there you
No,
go.
I'm ready to sell my soul to afford a box, Melissa.
Well, I'm a ginger and I don't have a soul, so let's talk pricing.
So you're broke as hell.
Hey, we have to end this.
Okay. All right, I gotta go get food. I'm
Yep.
fat and I'm hungry. So, Mongo, love you. Bye, everybody. Hope everybody has a wonderful week, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Go watch his show next week.
See you in
We will
2
be there.
weeks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We love you.
Love you.
We are done.